This'll help things turn out for the best.
This is Brian. Brian is a chicken. And if you haven't heard of him already, just where have you been? Brian shot to fame in the late spring of 2012 with his famous reality TV series, The Real House Hens of New Jersey. Brian's life is very exciting. In fact, for a chicken, Brian is somewhat of a rock star. You see, Brian makes music. He's a producer, working in the background, clandestinely creating some of the trendiest pop songs of the last few decades. His successes have included Henson, Chickademus and Pliers, Eric Cluckton, and not forgetting, of course, the legendary sounds of Jimi Hendrix. Currently, he is working on an electronic dance music track, which has its own dance moves, the Robo Chicken. Brian had a colourful childhood. Brian's mother was so much of a drunk, rumour has it she even laid Scotch eggs. Everyone thought Brian was going to come out scrambled. Brian's dad is another character. He suffered a nervous disposition after an incident in 1984 where he claims he was abducted by extraterrestrials. With parents like this, Brian wasn't brought up to be religious, and in fact, Brian harbours a deep fear and loathing for certain members of the clergy, particularly the friar. During the filming of Real House Hens of New Jersey, Brian used a stunt double for one of the fight scenes. Unfortunately, the stunt double, Miss Clarabella, had a bad fall during the filming and broke her leg. Now she is handicapped. To make matters worse, Clarabella has been feeling very under the weather lately, and after visiting the doctor, she was officially diagnosed with bird flu. Luckily, Brian has a handkerchief for her. Brian's rapid success and celebrity status mean Brian enjoys a vivid and experimental sex life. Brian's answer to the old age riddle: he always finishes last. Although Brian has a computer, he isn't the most technically equipped of chickens. Why did Brian cross the internet? To get to the other site. Brian has many colourful friends, and although one demands a special mention, he's a crazy chicken, a real cuckoo cluck, Attila the hen. It is said he started a revolution in Ecuador that even spread to Turkey. His dictatorship was later overthrown and dismissed as a military chicken coup. It is said that Attila does not eat normal chicken food and instead prefers to eat gunpowder. What happens when a chicken eats gunpowder? They lay hand grenades. And what do you call the outside of a hand grenade? The bombshell. And what happens when you drop a hand grenade? It explodes. On Saturday afternoons, Brian likes nothing better than to go out to the park with his chicken friends. They like to find a nice spot in the shade where they can relax and eat the food they brought with them. Brian loves a good picnic. Although getting there involves traversing a playground. Why did Brian cross the playground? To get to the other slide. Recently, Brian has had some negative press. One of the local tabloids ran a story about him, asking why he would cross the road, jump in a puddle of mud, and return back across the road. The headline read, "Brian the Dirty Double Crosser." Of course, it was all slanderous lies. When Brian crosses the road, he only ever crosses halfway, and he wants to lay it on the line. Brian loves to travel. Although why did Brian cross the state line? It was to get the heck out of Kentucky, of course. When Brian is not working, he also loves to watch films. He finds them great entertainment. Of course, his favourite film star is Gregory Peck. And as with all chickens, he hates Nicolas Cage. Recently, Brian has been watching the London Olympics. Although he often disagrees with the referees, that's just simply not a foul. The Olympics is dear to Brian because as a young chicken, he competed at his local school in athletics. His favourite event? Poultry vault. And in gymnastics, he could always hold a handstand longer than his peers. So, this is just a short story of the life of Brian. Brian hopes to complete this work one day in his thorough autobiography. But first, he must finish the current book he is writing. It's a joke book, especially for chickens. A yolk book.